thing that we will go on this webinar. Okay, so start from number one. This is about update situation. I think most of you or everyone already aware that the PDPA would going to be postponed about the enforcement. So yeah, going to be the fundamental first. The PDPA law is already announced and published in the Royal Gazette in the last year, 27th of May. So they have the grace period for 1 year, and the full enforcement is going to be 27th of May next month. We are going to have at lower than a month now to go for the full enforcement right now. And because of the situation right now, they have a lot of the impact of the COVID-19 is talking about the preparedness of the business. I think right now what the business that already ahead and nearly comply with the PDPA is normally the bank. The bank is quite concerned on this one because the personal data is a lot of them are kept with the bank. So this is a thing that they have to handle that and try to utilize as much as possible for the bank operation. Not for sure cross-selling and modeling or the credit risk scoring or something. They would like to make use of that after the enforcement of the PDPA. So they are quite ahead of the others. But there are still many that are on the way to nearly reach the PDPA compliance journey that is nearly finished. But this is the good news that from the news, it is the DE minister. They are proposing for the postponement of the enforcement. So you can see that the law is published, is there, nothing changed. But just the enforcement of the law is going to be maybe shift to somehow somewhere. We believe maybe next year, end of this year or next year, maybe this is to be the postponement, but we're going to know exactly what it is maybe by the end of this month. So it's just just a few days, maybe we can know. I just checked the news, they are on consider on this one, and if they are going to postpone this, it's going to issue a royal decree to increase the time for this thing. So maybe wait and see on this thing, but maybe have to do something in parallel, wait and see. And if the law extend, it's not mean that you just sit and relax. You have to do something to catch up the PDPA compliance for sure. And that is the enforcement of the PDPA. The next one is about the PDPA committee, or it is PDPC. In short, now they are on the selection process. The name is already nominated. They already select the one, and now I think it's on the consideration to who is going to be the member of the committees. And again, it's going to expect to be concluded by the end of this month. So it's just a few days to go. So maybe see on this one who should be like that. And how important of that. The PDPC is quite important because they are going to regulate. They are going to issue this regulation, the sub-regulation, and about the standard of the PDPA. Because if you are seeing or checking the law right now, most of it they're saying that going to be issued by the sub-regulation for the further implementation or more details. So right now we have just only the main law, but no detail in the law. What is going to be the thing going to be the next chapter? So it is that the first move is saying that once PDPA is set up, it's going to make appoint a subcommittee, and the subcommittee will going to working out on what is the sub-regulation is. So this is the thing that is the first step to go. And yeah, PDPC subcommittee and about the regulation, that's going to be the next wave that's going to be come after the PDPC is set up. So this is under the news already. I think most of you are already aware of this. So this is just to catch up and going to analyze more on what is the consequence of this possible postponement. So first, yeah, it is good to your business for sure, because what? Penalty. If you are aware, the penalty, there are three points of the penalties. The first one is about the administrative fine. So it is the money to pay to the regulator or the PDPC. So it's going to be up to 5 million baht for some breach. The next one is about the criminal liability. They have the imprisonments, they have the fine penalty for the failure or to do something against the PDPA law. And the last one is about the civil claim. The civil claim is the thing that the damaged person, this is the data subject who have some damage because of the thing that from the business. Let's say about the leak out of the information to the public. This is a thing that will create the opportunity for the insured person to come to sue the company or the operator to claim for the compensation. And under the PDPA law, the good two things of this thing, this is for sure, this is not good for the business, it's good for the data subject, is the first one, it is about the burden of proof, because have the assumption that the business operator need to have the security measure in place. So it is not the duty or the burden of the damaged person to saying that because of the intention or the negligence of the operator fail to do something and that leak out information, but it's going to say that business operator announce or declare themselves that we already set the good standard of the security in place, but the thing is still leak out, something like this. So this burden of proof is shift to the business operator under the PDPA. And the second one is the increase the discretion of the court to give the penalty by double of the real damage is. So let's say that the damaged persons prove himself that they have the damages at 1 million baht, let's say. The court can doing double by give the 2 million baht award to the damaged person. This is the damages that this is under PDPA. So these three penalty under PDPA is still have no enforcement right now. So this is good to do business for sure, but it's not mean that it's not going to coming. It's going to come, but it's just when. So it means that another good thing to do for you is about the extra time, because now you have more extra time for the preparation to comply with the PDPA. So this is the buying more time for you to make the preparation. This is for the good thing of this postponement, sure. The second point is about with analytic and seeing that nothing changed. What? This is about the clear guidance under the PDPA. As I said, the subcommittee or the sub-regulation is not yet coming. So it means that the law is don't have the details and can have no idea on how to move on and how to make the maximize of the exemption or doing something to maximize the business operation. But normally, once they have nothing like this, we use the principle that the PDPA is a thing that is the law that extract from GDPR from the Europe side, and we already make the analytic and comparison and see in the lovely thing that around 95% is quite similar to GDPR, just left 5% for something different. So and we believe that for the sub-regulation that's going to be announced by PDPA would be pretty much quite the same as the GDPR say. Let's say about the DPO. The DPO is the thing that the GDPR and PDPA say the same, that if you have the set of information more than threshold, you need to appoint the data protection officer inside your organization. And what is that threshold is that right now there is no threshold under the PDPA law. But we go back to the GDPR. GDPR saying something that 250 data set is mean that it's reached the threshold already. So use that as a guideline and use as a proactive thing that you have to think about. That okay, right now if you have more than 300 staff inside your business, yes, you should have the DPO right now. In order to make sure that you have the qualified one, the DPO have time to doing something with the compliant thing and advise everyone and to regulate everything to be in place. So this is a thing that make use of something GDPR to be advantage on the PDPA side right now. The next one is about I'm talking about the penalty and the PDPA, which is not come effective now, but it still have the general law about the tort. The tort is the thing that the damaged person, again, if the information is leaked out, the damaged person can use the tort law as general rules to make a civil claim. And if the leak out is concerned with the very massive people, or it is a lot of the people inside the information that leak out, this is possible for the class action. And this is the thing that litigation can support the case, saying that for the class action, in the fundamental is that the class action is the case that the mass of the people come to challenge the business operator for the same thing, that the business operator doing something wrong. And just for the example, let's say that for leak out of information is concerned about 1 million people or 100,000 people, which is a lot. And just some of them, maybe 10 or 100 people, come to the court and asking the court for the class action and trying to demonstrate that this case is involve a lot of the people and are on the same cloud about the same situation that we leak out, something like this. And if at the end of the court process showing that the court can the award to the damaged person, let's say 1 million per people per leakage or something like this. So it means that for another person that not joining the class action, they have right to come to sharing of the asset or sharing of the benefit of the award as well. So everyone come to the court and asking for sharing of the money from the court judgment at the same time. So this is really serious, because this is a thing that is open the room for everyone to come to attack the company easily. And again, about the reputation and trustworthiness as well is going to be negative if the data leak out because of security of the system is not that stable or is not good enough. So if we are going to talk about the adequate standard of the security, so this is nothing changed. And the last one is about the question on the what is the possible postponement. What is the question that we have to wait and see on this thing? Is about the original purpose. The original purpose, just in short, is this a thing that you can utilize the data that you are collecting and processing before the law enforcement. So whatever you collect and use right now up until 27th of May, if the law is not changed, you can use that after 27th of May. So this is a thing that, like the grandfather, you already have grandfather that going to use after the law enforcement. But we don't know about whether or not the original purpose will going to be postponed as same as the enforcement or not. This is the wait and see, because so long as you have more time to use the original purpose, it means that your compliant thing after the law enforcement is happen will be reduced. So this is a thing that trying to maximize the benefit of the business operator on this thing. And about the relaxation to the small business and also your business is that come. So this is to wait and see as well, because this is we're going to see in the sub-regulation that's going to be announced. So maybe let's say more on this thing. But this is a thing that we are ahead of the situation right now, trying to foresee that, okay, this is the news, under the news saying that the possible of the postponement, but what is the consequences? This is the thing that we have to wait and see, and to give you more information after this webinar for sure. So this is the first one first.